Hello and welcome to another YouTube video on my channel. Now, standard stuff, like, subscribe, all that, but let's just get straight into it. We're talking about plans in life and how to cope because of, I know, it's a topic I want to discuss and sort of offer up some examples from my life, as that's basically what half my videos are at the moment anyways. So, the thing is with life is no matter what plans you make or want to make, they never work out. Not never, but half the time. The thing is a lot of the time at the moment, schools are pushing people to make decisions, big good decisions about life, when they're like 14. Like 14, not going to be honest, when I was 14, I had no idea life was going to turn out the way it has now. Like, at this point in my time. Like, who could have predicted any of this? And I'm not even meaning COVID time. 2019, when it was 2019, I had no idea my life was going to be where it was. And no one ever does. When I was 14, picking my GCSEs in school, like what subjects to study and what have you, I wanted to be a scientist to begin with. And then after that, I wanted to be a videographer because I was heavily into skateboarding and I love filming and editing skate videos. And things just kept moving. The bracket changes as to what you've seen and experienced, depends on what you might want to do. When you're 14, you don't know your ass from your tip. So it's a bit hard to be making life decisions that will affect you. And for some people, they do affect you for years. Luckily, in most places, no matter what your A-levels you do, you can go to university and study something different. Except if it's proper intellectual, like academic. So that's the word we're looking for. If it's an academic subject, then you do need to think about A-levels and GCSEs a lot more. I'm very lucky. When I was 16, so I was finishing my GCSEs, my father got me a job in live events. It's what he did, and we did live events. My first ever day of work was 22 hours long. And that's just a standard sort of work day that I had to do from then on out. There's obviously better days where you don't have to work 22, 24 hours. But I've also had worse where I've worked like 72. So I was lucky because I fell into that job and I loved it. Now, I've been raised personally is it doesn't matter what you do in life as long as you're happy. Funnily enough, having a good financial income helps the happiness. However, that's generally what you're not supposed to go for. It's just something that is financially enriching. It's why I've now turned in COVID time when there's no live events. I really want to push to make videos and content that I enjoy. I've always, in a manner, been a content creator, whether that's making music or mixing it live. I've also done recorded stuff. I do have a SoundCloud, which no one will ever see. No one has seen. With some beats and stuff that I have done in the past. And it's little bits like this, creating this mic arm. No one else has this. I made this. And that's a creative thing that I've enjoyed doing. But it's not like it's hard to turn something into a career. Now, people stress a lot when they're younger, and I feel like this is part of the reason why younger and younger people are struggling, because, well, at the end of the day, at the age of 14 onwards, generally to the age of 18, people are like, what are you going to do with your life? You need to choose now. And people have changed career paths in their 40s. Into an academic field or otherwise. People have made that switch and turn. I know people in their 30s that have been like, you know what, I'm not doing something that fulfills me properly. I'm going to go back to university or university for the first time, and I'm going to make my life better in that way. You know, university, A-levels, college, GCSEs, none of it's the end-all be-all, and people don't get told that enough. Mental health really does come into it because of, heck, I'm 25. I've had 6 different jobs or something, with various dips within those jobs into different industries anyways. I've worked in live events, in furniture removal, in a manner with jewellery. I've also done retail, hospitality, working in a bar whilst I haven't actually served food, it still counts as hospitality. And I also do bits of reupholstery. I wouldn't say I'm the most amazing at it, but I can do it. I will post pictures to my Instagram at some point when I finish the bench that I'm working on. But I know all these odd jobs. Everything's a learning experience, you know? If I hadn't been management in retail, I wouldn't have been able to take some of those key abilities across to another job, because experience is key, and sometimes you just need to meet people and learn things. I wouldn't necessarily call streaming a job, so I've learned skills I know in life help me with that, and help me create things for people. Like I've helped people with borders, overlays. Whilst I'm not the most creative person, I can help people with that stuff, and done my own sub badges. All the stuff on my channel is made by me and no one else, except for the GIF of Baby Yoda, because, well, Baby Yoda, come on, like what else? But the main point I'm getting at is when I started working at 16, I went from 16 to 21 just working in live events. My only real experience of the world was in live events. I'd done a few other bits here and there, but I was a little bit of I don't really know the right word, but I was very begrudging to try anything new. Now, I was in a relationship with someone and we got a flat together, and we had 3 people paying for it, which is fine. And then they stopped, they moved out for extenuating circumstances, and we had to pick up £1,000 a month between the 2 of us. Now, splitting £300 a month between us, or like £340 basically, wasn't that big a deal. We managed it quite easily. However, when you bump that up a couple £100 and then bills on top, you know, things get harder. So rather than me doing what I loved and being able to just about pay rent and do everything I wanted to do, because I was skateboarding a lot of the time, I was doing a lot of other things, I had to start working in retail because I needed a salary, I needed the extra income. For the quiet months, because live events do have a few months off, and we wanted to not be scraping on those months off, we wanted to just live normally. So I got that job, and it really threw me through a sense of self, because sometimes you do just work. It's not a plan. You can't plan everything. Things happen, and it's stuff like that. Job identity is something that people think about too much. You should always be living to work, not working to live. But you can't expect to do that straight away. And getting out there and getting a few crappy jobs that help you learn what you like and what you dislike is always a good start. Now, obviously, there's costs and people have to live, and it's up to you how much you push for that. Not everyone's going to make it at whatever they want, you know. Dreams don't always come true, but what you can do is try and make the most out of it when you're not achieving that. I think that's all I can sort of speak about without going into like a 20-minute long video of my path through from that to hospitality, into getting a computer and really enjoying life and going back into touring again, and all this other stuff that happens in my life and has happened so far. We'll split them up into multiple different videos so no one gets overwhelmed by a 20-minute long video. But if you've liked the little talk, the little inspirational pep talk, then remember to drop the like, drop the sub. We're trying out different content, so if you liked a specific video and you don't like this so much, leave a comment, let me know, then we can learn and we can grow. Peace out, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.